All right, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how we can add all these icons and shapes to our layout. All right, so I'm going to start with this top left corner here. I'm going to zoom in here. And for this, I'm going to choose the pen tool. So I'm going to click that, or I can press P on the keyboard, and I'm going to click one corner, then the next corner, then the next corner. Now you'll notice there's this blue line still attached. I don't want this attached. I want to end it. So I'm going to press escape, and that gets rid of it. And right now this arrow is black, and I need it to be white so that it stands out. So I'm going to click that black tile. And then this has document colors. These are previous colors I've used. So I'm just going to click white. There we go. All right, so this happens to be aligned right with the left edge of the album. So I'm going to do the same thing on my replica. So I'm going to click the Move tool. So one thing to notice is right now it's still in edit mode, so I can move these dots around. So what you need to do to move the whole thing is just double click right on it, and this blue box will show up. So I'm going to hold Option and drag that over to the left until that red arrow on the left edge shows up. And there you go. It's pretty much identical. Okay, so the next thing is we got these three dots here. So these are basically just like a little menu. So to get those, I'm going to click on the little arrow next to the square, go down to ellipse, hold Shift, create a little circle, and I want this to be white. So I'm going to go down, pick white, or I can drag it to this corner. All right, so just like in the last tutorial, I'm going to make a copy of this so I don't have to draw three white circles. So I clicked it, and now I'm going to hold Alt or Option and drag it over to the right. Hold Option, drag it again. There we go. Okay, so now to move all three at the same time, I'm going to hold Shift and click the other two. All right, so now this is right aligned with the image. I'm going to drag it to the right edge. There. All right, so from here up, it pretty much looks, oh, except for this little heart, it looks pretty much identical. Okay, so the next easiest thing is going to be this bar and this circle. So with this bar, we can just use a rectangle, but notice this subtle little detail here. There's a rounded corner there. So I'm going to show you how you can get that. So I'm going to press R for rectangle just to save myself time. And I'm just going to trace that shape. So just start in that corner, click and drag over to here. And I'm going to show you how we can get that rounded corner. So right now it's just a regular rectangle. There's this little curved icon here, and it says corner radius. So I'm going to type 3 here. That's the number of pixels to curve. And there it goes. It's perfectly rounded. So now I'm going to move this over here and make sure that it's centered so that red line shows up. And I want it to be the same shade of gray as this. So you remember how to do that? It's this little tile here. So I'm going to click that, click the eyedropper, and then click right there. And there it is. So now I want this white circle. You already know how to do that. We're going to press O for the circle. I'm going to hold Shift and drag, and then make that white. And then just drag that into place. All right, now we've got another white circle, so we're going to do that one more time. So start in this corner, hold Shift, drag down. There it is, make it white. Move that over so it's centered. Okay, so next we've got 3 triangles. We've got that, that, and that. All right, so to get that, there's a couple ways we can do it, and I'll show you both ways. So first, we can just try using the pen tool. That'll be easiest. So just click that corner, click that corner, click that corner, and then come back and click the starting point. And we've got our shape. Now, I'm going to move this so you can see it. It's just the outline. So I actually want it to be filled. So over here you can see fill is grayed out and stroke actually has something here. So I actually want, this is the thickness of the stroke, I want this to be 0. It vanished. Okay, so I want to fill here, so I'm going to click on fill, and I'm going to click that tile for the color, I'm going to click the eyedropper, and I'm going to select that. Okay, there's one little subtle difference here. Do you notice the difference besides them being pixelated? So there's this rounded corner here. So I'm going to see if it'll let me do that. So actually it will. So I'm going to type 1 here. Excuse me. And look at that. It rounded it 1 pixel. Okay. So I'm going to drag that over. Whoops. Drag that over. Make sure it's kind of centered there. All right, so now we've got these 2 other arrows. I'm going to show you the other way you can do that. And then I'll just copy the other one. Click that little triangle and we can go to polygon. So I'm going to click and drag and it automatically creates a triangle, but it's turned the wrong way. So what I need to do is put my cursor right next to the corner so that it turns into this curved icon. Hold shift, drag, move it into place. And there we go. And do the same thing. I'm going to round that to 1. And I'm going to make this white. Okay. And then I want to have this bar here. So I'm going to use the same method that I used to create this bar. I'm going to press R for rectangle, drag it from that corner to that corner. And you know what? I see these little white circles here. Those can actually round our corners as well. So I'm just going to do that. Click that tile, change it to white. And so now I've got this, and hold shift and click that, and there's that shape. So what I'm going to do is hold option, drag it over to here to make a copy. I'm going to put my cursor next to it and hold shift and drag so it flips it, and then move it into place. So now what I want to do is hold shift and click those as well. Let's try it one more time. Okay, and I'm going to drag this whole thing over to the left. Okay, so I'm going to hold option and shift and drag the whole thing until it's centered. There, centered. Okay, so there we go. So this is the end of the third one. We've still got these 4 little icons here, which are going to be a bit trickier to try to design on our own. So I'm going to show you how we can just import some shapes as well. Okay, so hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Until next time.